So, welcome everyone. Hello.
Whoa, what's up?
To D6, where I, RGN, bring together several friends from across the internet to play on a D&D live stream show. Last week.
Leo!
Oh, last week. Alright, so before we jump into tonight, we got some quick D6 announcements and also thank yous, because of this past week has been wild for us specifically. Albeit tonight, I believe episode 20 will be going up. Episode 21 will be going up. 21 will be going up next week. However, I want to give a huge shout out to our brand new Twitch channel, which we have just started, and I'm looking forward to whatever future we may have in the future with it.
It's all shiny and new.
Yeah, it's shiny, it's brand new, it's got that new car smell. But more specifically, I want to give a thank you to Blue, who had just done all the panels and did also the offline art for it as well. Thank you, Blue. You've
of course
saved our bacon again, as well as something that will be coming up later tonight. So if you're wondering where Leodan's art is, don't worry too much.
Where's Leo? Where's Leo? No.
Yeah.
Where's Poppy?
Where is Poppy indeed? Also, tonight I have a very specific announcement from our wonderful continuing sponsors, GamerSubs. Oh, one moment. Actually, I gotta grab it.
You know what I just remembered?
What'd you just remember?
I forgot my GamerSubs again when I went to visit Yarrow.
Whoops! So, yes, our wonderful friends over at GamerSubs have sent me something very spectacular in this past week. Emotional damage! They sent me emotional damage. I love emotional damage. In case anyone needs to know, I have been on emotional damage for quite some time now, specifically 4 days. Emotional damage has been my absolute favorite. I have emotional damage first thing in the morning, and then I have emotional damage last thing at night.
Are you okay, buddy?
Truly enjoy emotional damage, and I can't help myself but have emotional damage because it's the brand new flavor. It's on the market right now. In fact, you can get some emotional damage today. If you want some emotional damage, you can head on over to gamersubs.gg/shienpai and you can order some emotional damage today and have it sent to you directly to your house where you too can have emotional damage. If you order with my code Shienpai, you get 10% off of your emotional damage. Emotional damage brought to you by GamerSubs.
Man, you're just really fighting back those tears, huh?
You can't really say that with a straight face.
You really can't.
Y'all can hear it in your heads.
So, I really hope you enjoy emotional damage. Oh God! Speaking of emotional damage, I think it's time for us to hop on into game.
Too soon.
You could
Not
say
soon
it's quite
enough, if you ask me.
Honestly, perfect timing for it to drop right when we just lost one of our players to the unknown abyss.
All right. Oh God, I can't wait for Cody to see that clip. Anyways, so with that being said, let us get into tonight's episode of D6. All right. So, where we had last left off. After getting on the Tatiana Express and being caught in the nightmare created by Agatha and Citra, or not Citra, Ciri and Gertrude, a nightmare realm that had consumed this train. Party fought through their nightmares and faced their demons, managing to finally, towards the end, destroy the nightmare core which held them there, and thus proceeding to assault the rest of the Tatiana Express in hopes to reach both the sisters and as well as the ringleader, Agatha. After defeating Gertrude and Ciri, push forward, finding the earliest first-class car to be completely empty and torn astrew. You finally find Agatha, revealing her true form, revealing her motives to an extent, and thus you all fought. But towards the end, as she saw herself probably not surviving this effort, threatened Burrow, attempting to actually kill him. Leodan offering himself as a trade in hopes to save Burrow's life. After agreeing, he is teleported away along with Agatha, saving the train from going off the rails at high speeds. You all stand in the aftermath of a comprehensive defeat. For now. The morning begins to break towards the north, and slowly this train begins to find itself reaching its destination. Excuse me, I need to pull out my map. Oh, seems to not have my map. You're pulling up to Nobrick, I believe.
Nobrick?
Nobrick.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's a rolling R there.
Yeah. Very particular naming system here in Wallenstein. Oh my goodness, did I actually lose my map? I printed it out.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Whoops! Well, for the sake of the argument.
You're gonna have to draw it out yourself then, bud.
Yeah. Well, I just gonna have to print another one. I just know it's Nobrick. So, as the train comes to a grinding halt, and you begin to hear the slight sounds of the crowds begin to exclamate their confusion. What do you all do?
Well, is Sob still controlling, or is he gonna let go?
Oh, he's already let go.
Okay. Citra's first thing is gonna drop the wings in the halo. Just don't want to spook more people. I think Citra would immediately go over to Buddha and just look him straight in the face like, do you need healing? Are you okay? Like, knowing what's going on, but just trying to focus on what she can control right now.
Well, I was just staring around. That face.
And she'd very lightly, tap him on the shoulder, like, hey, I need you to answer me. Are you okay? Because if Buddha were to look up, she too is doing her best to hold back tears, but just trying to remain in control. So, in that sense, since he said so, she'll heal him. Let me see, here we go. 12 points of healing damage.
Alright.
Dante's gonna come up and and just put his hand on Burrow's shoulder without even asking, and he's gonna give him 7 points from his lay on hands pool.
Yeah, extra heal. Citra will look between her teammates and then to Dagex. We should probably go check on who managed to survive this and get back to Azure.
Alright. Come on.
Agreed.
As he turns, he's beginning to make his way through the first class cabin. As you all see that there is just pure confusion by the time you make it to the rest of the cabins.
Is there
Two
anybody
people
that
are-
she would have to heal? Or at least...
As far as you guys know, these people are just more confused because they all had very vivid and almost realistic dreams. You can see that there are people kind of out of it, a little shooken. But they don't seem like physically damaged.
Okay. If that's the case, Citra would just keep following over to Azure.
Alright. As you all make it back to the cart where you had initially left Azure, and seeing people kind of worried about their well-being, you finally make it to him. As all of you come rifling through, he is still slumped against the wall of the train car that had been emptied out. And he is just... he's sitting there, and you can tell something is off.
Off?
Mm-hmm. Based on a specific insight for you, Citra, you can tell his breathing is very labored.
Would it be poison?
You would need to make a medicine check.
Ooh, there we go. 15?
As you begin to inspect him, he doesn't seem awake or ultimately conscious right now. And you begin to kind of just poke around the usual places and try and check. You can feel the body heat has increased dramatically. It's almost as if you're touching a hot metal rail on a summer day.
Yeah.
And
Citra take her hand back immediately for that and just look at the rest of the team. Just, he's not doing so good.
And as far as you can also tell, under one of the shirt collars, you notice there is some colorants that isn't consistent with skin.
Well, he's still alive, obviously, so,
Yeah.
the most she could probably do is try to see if any of her cure wounds would help, or did he mention that it wouldn't help last time?
It wouldn't have helped last time.
Any of you would happen to know how to deal with this? And I want to say it's poison, but I'm not sure. Or venom?
Okay.
Something?
Can Dante take a look at it?
Sure. You want to know what? Considering he is passed out, your passive investigation will tell you this.
Okay.
You can tell just by the way it is, this is not poison, this is not something normal. Even with Citra, you would know this is not poison either.
Oh.
But there is something going on with him physically enough to cause this level of distress. And Citra, secondary to Sov, you know this is not what most creatures like him are susceptible to.
Oh, right.
With your investigation, Dante, you do notice something in his hand, though, that is, like, currently gripped. Almost like this small, like, little tombstone thing with what seems to be a crystalline device set in it. And it is currently acting in repetition, like a small quick blink over and over and over again.
Can I pick it up and examine it to see what the hell it is?
Sure. Make me an Arcana check.
Arcana. 2.
I mean, by rudimentary, this is a magical device that is doing something magical, or it might be something in particular that you've never really seen before, at least in your experience.
Maybe give that to Daggett. He might know more.
Daggett, do you know what this is?
You can see as he's coming out of the last room, kind of worrying about the last people, and he turns over towards you. Actually, yes, I do. He walks over and he picks it up and he gives it a quick look over. It's a beacon call. It's designed specifically in ever the case of an emergency. It's to inform somebody of something. It's currently sending out a message to someone.
Do we move? I feel like we should move him. He's not doing okay. I don't know what this is. And
Wait. Isn't he known to be, like, to handle ice and stuff like that?
Asher?
Yeah.
Ice is not within his forte. He's handled some pretty interesting situations under Cloak and Dagger that you guys have been there for, but like ice is not something that has bothered him.
Oh, well, I mean, like, I thought it was something, like, he can handle, or, like, that's, like, his element,
No.
in a way.
No.
He's fairly strong, but something's clearly affecting him, but that's nothing that we know.
Oh, is there any way I can check if he's cursed?
I asked him, he said it wasn't.
Okay.
You asked him and he didn't give you an answer.
Yeah. So it could be a curse.
As Dagex looks out the window of the door, something does catch his eye, though. I think we have more than just a problem with Eloise. Look.
Hold on. She'll just hang her head and then look over her shoulder.
As you guys begin to stare out the window, you notice the town that is not too far off from the station. There is billows of smoke. And oddly, a lack of people.
What is going on?
No. Is the train stopped right now?
Yeah, we're stopped at the station.
Okay, alright. Sutra, I need you to keep an eye on Azure right now, and Dante's gonna get out of the train.
Just
Whether
be
through
careful.
a door or through a window.
Well, the door's open.
The doors are open. As you
Alright.
leave open through the main door for this cabin, the stench of fire fills your nostrils. And as you begin to take a look around, passive stealth, I will say you're not going to worry about anybody immediately catching you, unless somebody's actively looking. But I need you to make a perception check for me.
Alright. 9.
Then I'll take your passive.
Alright.
From what you could immediately tell, there is a small there is a definite lack of people in the streets. And you can see that there are burn piles, as well as what looks like to have been a recently raided city of Nobrick. And you also notice there are several Verdiant Guard of the Greater Wallenstein military walking around. Just almost as if they're trying to remain hidden. Like keeping an eye on things.
Alright, Dante's gonna send out, Virgil to do, to do a scan of the area.
Okay. As you summon him, he gives a slight caw.
Virgil, I'm gonna need you to look out for the living.
As right up into the air, he begins to scan around. He'll come back with information a little bit later. As we move back to the main party, as everyone is kind of now looking around. Okay. Citra, as you're still inspecting Eloise, you can suddenly see there's slight movement before an arm reaches out towards you.
Oh, from Azure?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she would put her hand in his just to be like, "Hey, you awake, buddy?"
I need... Doctor.
We're gonna try. We're gonna try.
Specific doctor. Salazar.
Salazar. Dagex, do you know one by that name?
There is a lot of inspecting in his own mind as you see the eyes kind of move back and forth.
Not anyone that I know of that particular name, no.
Is he in this town, Azure?
As he's still, like, laboring through each breath.
Beacon.
Yeah, it's been going off.
Bucket. Brothel.
Okay.
Gimme.
To a brothel?
Yeah.
Okay.
As he tries to raise himself, suddenly you see as his body goes slightly limp, and
she's just doing her best to hold him back up. She's small.
Yeah.
She, for the time being, so not to, like, I guess since we're probably going to be moving him, she'd take her sash off and wrap it around his upper body to kind of hide that for the time being. And seeing as everything's burning keeps that stuff off of it.
Yeah.
So, we need to get him to this brothel, he said. And I trust what he's saying. Just don't lose the beacon, I guess. And we're looking out for Dr. Salazar. We have to move him, we can't stay here.
Alright. Bruh. Help me get him up.
Got it.
Alright. And both of you, under each arm, you lift him up. And like I said, it is like touching hot metal on a sunny day. For you, Burra, it doesn't bother you as much because of your armor being fire resistant. But you can definitely tell Dagex is trying to, like, ignore the immense heat that is being output by this man. As the four of you make your way out onto the station, you do notice that there are people who are kind of looking out the window and out the door before wanting to avoid this whatever's going on in Nobrick at the moment.
This looks like a war zone.
As you all catch up to Dante, as Dante's making his way back to the station.
Dante, did you find anything?
As far as I can see right now, there's guards everywhere, and they're trying their best not to be seen.
Why would they do that?
Dante's like kind of sweating.
Do you need
know.
Do you need to hide your face?
I don't know, I think I might have to.
Well, we're moving because Azure was conscious for a minute, told us to get to a brothel, and he's called for someone, I'm assuming, with that beacon, and he's looking for a Dr. Salazar.
Well, any semblance of a city that was behind us is no longer.
Well, I guess we still try to look for it. It's best we got.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to sneak around these guys. I don't trust them.
Alright. So, I'm going to need everyone to roll me a stealth check.
I'm gonna
this
use
is a
guidance.
this is a party stealth.
Party stealth check. Okay.
Yeah.
So whoever gets the highest place for the party.
And then... Okay. 16.
14.
28.
Damn.
Oh,
I would
Well.
hope the rogue would get it, though.
yeah. And also, our other rogue as well. With a... That's also going to be a 16. So, none of you fail. That's the good news.
Woo.
But, with the collective party stealth as all of you are trying to move around in a singular group. All of you managed to move in collective sequence with both Dagex and Dante giving immediate directions as to where to move, how to move, what to avoid sight, and where. Let's see, who has the best? Okay. With your passive investigation, Dante, you trying to eye any building that might come off as brothel-like. You do manage to find one. Much of it looks like it has been broken, slightly burned and tarnished, and a still functioning door is there.
It's the best we got. Who are we to challenge what he said, right?
Alright, brothel then.
Yep.
Hopefully Kimi's Reach has a far one.
Alright. As you open the door, you are met with two cards as they hit the side of the door seal. And they're standing in what looks like to be a slightly packed house. Before you all is a familiar face. One Kimi Figueroa.
How did you know, Dante?
I didn't?
Cintra squints just for a second, like...
It looks like the lost have found their way once more. Please, enter.
Nice to see you, too.
Kimi.
As she draws you all in and the door closes behind all of you, you can look as she is staring down at Alois. She's putting a hand on his head. Quite luckily, your ally is here.
The one he's calling?
Specifically.
Come. I thought we were going to have to go search for him.
As she beckons all of you down to a lower floor, as all of you climb down with what looks like to be a multi-leveled basement of what looks like to have been various wines and resources that would have been provided here at this establishment, and what looks like to be a separate room as it opens. Inside, you see a man who is finishing the operation on a recently hurt individual, as well as what looks like to be two standing skeletons who are holding what looks like to be instruments of surgery. Salazar, would you like to introduce yourself?
As the man turns to face those who entered his operating room, they would see an individual with black, slicked back hair coming out of the way of iridescent scales that adorn his tanned face, When they catch the light, they reflect all sorts of rainbow patterns, reds and blues and greens and purples. His eyes are a light shade of brown, and notably his lips are stark white. He is clad in a black leather tunic and similarly black leather surgical gloves that go all the way up past his elbows and to his upper bicep. As he flicks his hands clean of blood, he looks over the people who entered his room and he reaches for what looks to be a red, teal, and gold military-style coat, and he'll heave it over his shoulders. Can I help you?
Yes, it seems like your employer is in a particular suit. As she steps aside, she shows Alois Azure, who is of your cut, is in desperate need of medical attention.
Citra would take the sash off to... Yeah, so it's not in the way anymore.
Oh, Alois. What have you done this time?
Fought up against an archfey?
He's burning up.
Bring him here. And he'll snap his fingers, and the two skeletons that were holding the operating tools will drop them off on trays and hoist whoever he was operating on back up and usher them out of the room.
As what is this young dwarven individual as he's lifted up? Okay. Oh, thank you, Doctor.
You know my fee.
Well, I'm paid for. As he's gets down onto the ground and begins to make his way out and around, your fee will be paid in full.
Good.
As this dwarven man begins to make his way out, back up to the main floor of the brothel. As Alois is then slowly and easily put onto the operation table before having your assistants begin work.
Yeah, Citra's just staring at the skeletons, just how? But not saying it out loud. Just, you can see the gears trying to turn, besides knowing that it's probably magic of its own, but... Funny to say that this is probably the weirdest thing she's seen despite everything else.
Don't mind my assistants. They're here to help.
Oh, I don't mind them, it's just not something I expected. That's all.
So, what's it do with your assistants?
There's not much to tell, really. They assist me.
No, like the whole skeleton aspect.
They are skeletons.
Yeah, but like
I'm a Virgo.
wait. Yeah, but like, where did you get them?
But we should probably let him work first.
Look, I'm just curious. Like, it's not every day you see skeletons carry stuff.
No, I know, but Azure is not really doing so good, so...
Alright.
I mean,
Say he's not very
I mean,
wasteful.
clearly Ashley's in good hands, but I'm just curious about the skeletons. Are they like relatives of yours?
He might have just summoned them with magic.
Magic can do that?
Magic
You're
is
asking a lot
things.
of questions. Who are you exactly?
We work
How do you
for...
know Alois?
Well, he hired us.
We are the Azure Crest. As he does a half-hearted curtsy.
Pleasure to meet you.
Citra would give like a
Azure
slight bow
Crest.
just to follow Dante in that case.
I don't do the bowing thing. I'll just say what's up.
Done
What's
enough of
up,
that in your life.
indeed?
Princes don't bow unless it's to their dad.
As you manage to finally begin the inspection of Alois Azure, you can see Salazar. Passive medicine would tell you. You know what this is. You've dealt with this before. He's come to you over this matter before.
What have you done this time, Alois?
So, in beginning of your procedure, I need you to make both a medicine and an arcana check.
All right. Medicine check is going to be a 10.
I'll take your passive on that.
Arcana check is going to be a 16.
Okay. This is a very careful thing because you know what in particular it affects, and it'll do him a little bit of damage now, but the healing will actually begin in by effort as you pull out what is this half-foot long syringe.
And Teacher leaves the room.
Yep. And as you begin the process of pointing it towards where is the major heart and artery, as you slowly drive it into the chest. And you begin to see, as to anyone else that is still in the room, you see there is a flow of black blood that just fills the syringe as it is being pulled out. And as it finishes, when you pull the syringe out, you have to swap for a new one, as you notice the blackened blood begins to solidify into what is almost like glass. Just shards and pieces of glass as you place it down and move.
He just shakes his head and moves to the next syringe.
Yep. And every time you notice as the syringe slightly glows with certain arcane sigils along it, as you begin to pull out piece in piece, as you notice what was that original spread now beginning to draw back from where the syringe initially was. By the time some 20 minutes later of fulfilling your duty, you manage to finally pull out with what is a majority of the problem for the time being. And there's still a small blackened blotch where the syringe originally was before you can see it begins to calm and fade. And you see the labored breathing beginning to finally begin to normalize. Alois Azure is no longer in that much pain.
What the hell was that?
That is a curse.
Teacher from in the hallway. I knew it!
A curse of power, to be specific.
Are the needles done?
Yes, the needles are done.
She just kind of pokes her head back in.
Wait, you're scared of needles?
Listen, I don't judge you for your fear of heights.
I don't have a fear of heights!
Do you want to keep yelling at me? Do you want to keep yelling at me? Right now?
I don't have a fear of heights, okay? I totally do not.
But I'm asking you.
Good thing nobody makes fun of me for my fear of ghosts.
Wait,
Honestly, Alois.
Nothing!
Honestly, Alois, this is the best you could do.
That was rude for no reason.
Wait, what is that supposed to mean?
And you can see as his head turns, they have a very particular importance, like you, Doctor.
We're still trying to figure that out. Good
Fair
thing.
enough, I suppose. You know my usual fee. 1,000 gold or a favor.
As you see, as he's kind of pointing towards the jacket from his original outfit.
One of the skeletons will go over, grab it, and drape it over his shoulders.
As he pulls out with what looks like to be a pouch in hand. He pulls out with what looks like to be about 100 gold pieces, or 100 platinum pieces in particular, for you.
Oh!
As
Thank you. This will go a long way towards replacing all of the needles.
You're the best in your profession, Doctor. However,
I know.
as he looks towards the rest of the party, where's Leodan?
Dante's arm slowly starts to creep this red color, and he hides his hand behind him.
He went with her to save Burra's life.
As he slowly lifts himself up, and then he begins to redress the shirt.
Should you be getting up so soon?
No, we don't have time to waste. As he moves himself off the table, you can see his hand meets one of the side trays as it lifts around, and he falls immediately to the ground.
And Cedra's gonna try to help him back up.
Fucking idiot.
Salazar just shakes his head, and one of the skeletons slowly bends down, picks the tray back up, and sets it back.
I may have him. This is bad news.
Yeah, you figured.
You've really done a number this time, Eloise.
Salazar, if I wanted your opinion, I'd ask for it.
You asked for my help, and you got
Need
it.
to lay the fuck back down.
I think we know where she's going anyway.
The ritual side.
Yep. She showed it to us in his nightmare.
As he is lifted up and moved off to the side and thrown into the chair. We're down Leodan.
She made him choose. She was gonna go at any of us. She even said she wasn't done with me yet either. I felt like she just toyed with us. That's it.
He told us to trust him. In his own way.
Suppose. That doesn't ignore that we needed him.
He's also our friend, so like we want him back, not just, as a pawn. Would be nice to hear.
Looks like we're gonna have to head straight to the Far Cloud Clan instead.
Can you even move?
Is there even a Far Cloud clan left?
She said she was collecting them, so probably.
What she wanted was the Cardinal Clansmen. She has them now. Which is why we need to head straight for the clan.
Why is she obsessed about collecting them?
Well, she did tell us that the Far Cloud clan, I guess, tore to pieces in some way. Something about a cauldron?
Yeah. Now, why would she be obsessed with the affairs of the Far Cloud clan? What's that different cauldron?
Because the Far Cloud clan, according to her, did that to her. And she's trying to become whole again.
Very well. I guess some explanation is needed.
Yeah, a little bit.
Always too late with it.
In hopes to avoiding more conflict, especially against my own interests. The Far Cloud clan was protected by me, in hopes to prevent what would have been an onslaught and a war from whom they call as countrymen, or the rest of Wallenstein for that example. They needed a place to hide. They needed to hide from Igwelf, the Witch Queen.
History check?
Sure.
Citra's too sheltered.
Critical one!
You know nothing about the history of the Farcloud clan, nor the history of Igwelf.
I'm just curious.
13.
I'm just curious.
Okay.
A 12. Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna go
Salazar-
for it too.
Okay. Let's see, who's gonna get the better history here?
Wait, where is my history?
Middle box.
So there we are. I got a 9.
9. Alright, so. Salazar, you've had many a conversation with Alois in the past about the Farcloud clan here and there. One of which is, in particular, to addressing what is sealed away within the ruins of the Farcloud clan. And it is often quoted to the notion of, there's a reason why he's been making an active effort to hide the Cardinal clansmen. However, in recent months, it is to take note that he has been more prioritized with one of those individuals, and that being Leodan, as the 3 others have gone missing. An assumption that somebody had began to make a move on these Cardinal clansmen, you would know that this is the last possible chance to prevent what could have been the unsealing of the Witch Queen.
So there's someone bigger than Agatha that we have to worry about now.
You're
Or
not
is
fully
Agatha
comprehending.
Was
Agatha-
Agatha the Witch Queen?
Agatha is one of 3 initial parts of the Witch Queen.
Well,
So that's
well-
what she meant by putting her back together. Got it.
Is that what
Well-
her sisters were? The other 2 pieces?
Yeah.
Broad goes into near as well as tough insurance.
Rhoda, please don't.
Hey, enough.
There's always someone just more powerful than us! I'm sick and tired of it!
But that's just the way the world is. There's always going to be someone stronger than another.
But at the cost of our lives?
Well, we kind of don't have a choice right now.
The tiefling is right.
Of course.
Right.
The
My
world is
name
an
is
unfair place.
My name is Citra.
Citra.
Yes.
I heard her call you bruh.
Yeah, pleasure to meet you. He slams his head against the wall as he says it.
But I just healed you, please.
Dante. Supposed
And-
Prince of the Thalian Cliffs.
Raises an eyebrow. Interesting.
I'm just Citra. Okay.
There is
Well, I am
more.
Salazar. I am Alois Azur's personal physician.
It's nice to meet you. Your scales are very pretty.
Yes.
He kind of doesn't know what to say to that.
Well,
He sort of has like a semi-shocked expression.
She muster is tired but a smile because again, now that all the adrenaline's gone, she's really starting to feel exhausted.
Brad starts rubbing his head. It's like, yeah, those are very nice skills.
Oh, very sweet of you.
I do have to.
With the last pet part.
I do have to apologize to cut introductions short. But there is a greater matter at hand.
Yep, we're aware. But my question is, again, can you even move?
In due time. Give me a little bit of effort.
So what is
Sleep.
So what is? I'm sorry.
And sleep. That's the end of that.
Well, unless you want to reopen any of your wounds and pay another visit to me, that's probably exactly what you should do.
Considering who we're about to have to go up against, and I don't want to waste time, but we're all very exhausted. If we go straight without sleep right now, she'll just wipe us off the face of the map in an instant.
Well, if you want a place to sleep, you're going to have to ask Kimi. You're not sleeping in my operating room.
I never suggested that, plus there's needles in
Why
my
were we sleeping out there?
Dante's just
It
kind of
smells
pacing
fun.
around in circles.
There's only 2 reasons anyone would sleep in an operating room.
Anyways, I need an update on what's going on here in Nobrook.
Yeah, it looks like you guys got attacked.
The city's on fire. There's guards that are actively hiding amongst the fire. There's no one.
As Kimmy steps over, perhaps I can inform you all about that.
That would be nice.
And
Dante looks at her.
since I've gotten here, not a month ago, things have gotten strangely out of hand in just the past week. Not a few nights ago, a troop of Verdiant Guard led by a Arc Knight came through. Began making bold claims that there are sympathizers for the Thalian Cliffs. And as such, began demanding anyone who happened to be a spy or anyone of personal interest to the Thalian Cliffs to come forward and to reveal any information.
So they burned the town for this?
It didn't start that way. First, it was cooperation and trying to gather information. Then it became infighting. And then, oddly enough, people beginning to act in maddening ways. In one particular instance, one of the local farmers had called the Arc Knight a loyalist dog, proclaiming him to be nothing more than a slaughterer of men and women. After a small altercation, the townspeople began to see that the guards and the Arc Knight beginning to slaughter people in the streets. In order to keep the roads clear, they began to burn the bodies. When that started happening, people began to revolt. As a response to this, the Arc Knight claimed all Verdiant Guard to start burning buildings in hopes to quell the resistant actions of the people. As you can see, this is the result of today. So far, I've acted as best to refugee anyone that is looking to get outside of the city, and with the effort of Salazar here, we've managed to heal whoever we can to come across this building. However, the Verdiant Guard and the leading Arc Knight are keeping an eye out for anyone that might come off as more than suspicious, to which I'm deeply surprised that all of you managed to find yourselves here.
Glad to see you've been okay this whole time.
It took a bit of effort with Eloise, but it was worth it. However,
What was the
seemingly,
name of the Arc Knight?
if I remember correctly, it was Kal-El.
Fucker!
Who's that?
Told that bitch to wait for me in Wallenstein, and he comes out and does this.
Well, you remember that they said that some of these Arc Knights have been different now we've back in the other town.
I don't know, they seem like assholes in general.
Everyone seems like a mean person to you at all times.
Yeah.
Dante's
They had
now hiding his other arm behind his cloak.
The armor just seems like more assholes.
Yeah, would Citra notice you hiding your arms behind your cloak now?
I don't know, make a perception check.
That's not the end of it. So far, the only obstruction in order to escape the town is either directly to the east, and anyone trying to find themselves within the Rythro, well, currently standing as a blockade.
So we're gonna... Of course there is. If this is the same Arknight too, we're gonna have buttons. But I don't think we can fight him.
Well, I've already been granted an audience with him.
What do you mean granted an audience?
Yeah.
Well, Bro was there.
Yeah.
We were supposed to discuss what Samael is and what's going on in Thalian Cliffs, but the bitch didn't want to wait.
Keep in mind he's still a soldier. He's under direct orders for something. Whatever they're looking for in relations to the Thalia Cliffs, it must be important to somebody.
He's under direct orders for me.
I second that.
Either which way. For right now, all we can do is sit and wait. And try and smuggle whoever is currently in danger at the moment out of town.
What about Leo? He's still out there.
We have to get to the Rythro swamps, but like I said earlier, we haven't rested at all since this whole, no pun intended, nightmare started.
I'll have some beds
I
prepared.
can't rest knowing that he's out there.
But if I have to walk further and fight more, I'm not going to be able to help. I'm going to pass out. I'm not going to lie. I'm ready to just fall over right now.
But I can't rest knowing that it's my fault.
It's not your fault.
Yes, it is, Citra. He sacrificed himself for me. Of course it's my fault.
She was going to do it to any one of us just to get the same answer. We have to trust his decision.
Dante's gonna.
And what if that decision gets him killed? Now I have to deal with the fact that my brother now Leo.
We're all dealing with it, Leo. We have to. Oh, Leo. Sorry, she's tired.
Dante's gonna walk over to Bruh and put his hands on his shoulders, like looking him dead in the eyes. Bruh, do you trust me?
We're gonna get him back.
Leo trusted me to trust him. And he's been trusting us this whole time. So let's trust that he knows what he's doing right now. But right now we need to rest. And I don't want you getting close to death again.
I'm useless to you if I'm exhausted.
As Daggett steps over, it would be pertinent for us to find refuge for the night here and worry about everything else tomorrow. In the meantime, we'll make some efforts to start asking some questions. Maybe some locals might know something. And hopefully, by the end of it all, we'll be able to make our way through the Rythro. As he looks over to Alois, we need to have a very private chat. Fair enough. Dante, I need you to stay
Alois.
for a moment.
I fucking bet you do.
The rest of you go get some rest. Thank you, Doctor.
Is this going to be a private conversation?
Yes.
Very well. One moment.
And he goes over and he picks up a little black book that he shoves into his coat pocket. And he'll wash himself off, and he will exit the room. Let me know when you're done. I'll probably need it before the night's end.
Fair. I'll be asking a favor of you soon, too. As he
raises an eyebrow of that, and then he leaves.
As all of them leave, Dante, Dagex, and Eloise sit in this room. I have a job for both of you.
On top of what we're already dealing with right now.
Dante has a point, Eloise. We're currently under siege. We just lost Leodan, and now we are about to face what looks like to be the effects of war between both the Thalia Cliffs and the Greater Wallenstein. I feel like you may be overstretching. Is there a bigger game at play here? You both are probably some of the best in your fields. I need you both to make an active effort to start collecting information. We need to know everything that is moving in and out, with Kimmy's assistance, of course. But we're not going into the Right Throne. We're not going to be able to help Leodan if we don't know what we're facing. You both are very particularly skilled in both stealth and subterfuge. Use those skills. I'll know what to do from there.
Dante just kind of nods his head. You got it. At least it's already on what we're doing.
This will be the last time I'm going to be helping you, Eloise. After this, I'm heading straight for Sobereth. Dante?
Dagex.
Make our leave. As both of you exit out through the room. The rest of you see as the two exit the room and begin to recollide with the party.
I'm assuming we're not supposed to know what he wanted you to tell us. Or what he wanted to tell you to.
Just a bit of work. Nothing worth noting just yet. I'm assuming we're gonna keep things close to the chest for the time being, as long as there's an Arc Knight around.
Probably. Just both of you be careful. We already lost one person, we don't need another.
Don't worry. It's in line with our goal here.
Azure does love keeping his secrets, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'm really getting annoyed by it at this point.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll make the first move. Try and keep the numbers low. Dante, you try and rest up as much as you can. When I get back, you head out. Sound fair?
God. Fair.
Need
any help?
Be careful.
You need any help? Communicate with Virgil. He's the blue bird flying in the sky.
Got it. As he pulls the cloak up and he begins to make his way up the stairs, Dagex heads out into the city in order to collect information. At this point, as all of you begin to find yourselves at ease in order to get some rest, Kimi Figueroa, in her efforts, bring you all to what seemingly is one of the still structurally sound rooms within this building. and prepares a place to at least take some time to rest and sleep, and get some hours back into yourselves. And Doctor, you'll be probably having a conversation with Eloise relatively soon in the operation room, but for the time being, all of you try and get some rest.
A
With that,
long rest.
it will be a long rest. And with that, so we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah.
All
Welcome,
right.
Salazar.
Hello.
I get to caught him off guard this time.
Oh,
Woo!
I like I like the voice of this one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That
Thank
voice
you.
is really good.
Yeah.
It's fresh. All right, so
Hopefully I don't die. You can keep hearing it.
all right, so we're gonna take a quick 10-minute break. We'll be right back, and we'll see y'all then. See you in 10. Bye.
Bye.
See you in 10.
Yeah. we're back.
Hello.
Yo.
Hello. Everybody, don't forget to take your long rest.
Yep, don't forget to take your all's long rest, and also I do
Oh
apologize.
yes, my long rest.
Yeah, I apologize for the sudden swap of headphones. My other ones died.
They wanted to take a nap.
They also wanted a long rest.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Stu.
All right. Actually, before I do anything, I just need to move something over. Okay. All right. So, that being said, as the night begins, all of you begin your long rest, or as the midday sleep begins, honestly. All of you, go ahead, start taking your long rests. As the day will pass a bit, as you'll manage to collect about well into the 8 hours of sleep. At this point, you'll be somewhere around 2 in the afternoon by the time all of you wake up.
Teacher will finally just tie the hair back after what solved it. Just like, oh god.
Sorry about that.
It's fine.
Alright. Well, guys, I need to go do the thing that I was asked.
I don't even know if I can step outside because I stick out like a sore thumb to that argument.
Yes, your mysterious thing.
I'm sorry, what?
Was talking to the princeling.
Princeling. Funny way you put it like that.
That's how you introduced yourself, your majesty.
You kinda did, Dante.
Well, I figured you already knew.
Not everybody seems to know.
Well, I'd admit, just assumed, since you're Alois's physician and all that.
He rarely tells me things that I don't need to know.
That seems to be a recurring theme.
I enjoy it. Keeps his business out of mine for the most part. Already got enough on my plate as it is. Well, the operation I run isn't exactly
Legal?
seen well in that it's legal. I can go into business for myself, have a license. But it's not exactly seen well in the eyes of most healers. Like their magical healing.
Teacher's just like, haha.
I don't know.
Is it because of the skeletons? Because I'm assuming it's because of the skeletons.
Is it?
Definitely the skeleton.
Wait. Necromancy?
It is due in part to my assistance, yes.
As one of the skeletons looks over, you can see as one of the jaws detach, and then just
Oh,
Ooh. Ah. You okay there? Is that necromancy?
yes.
Huh. Cool.
It's a walking skeleton.
Yeah.
What else would it be?
Listen, I'll be very honest. I'm a very sheltered person. I'm still learning about everything outside of Excelsior, so
Excelsior,
yes.
come quite a long way.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going back there anytime soon, unfortunately.
Well, I know what missing home feels like.
on that note,
Fortune. Mm-hmm.
Citra and Dante, make a history check.
As it should be.
Yeah.
A 7.
12.
Citra, this kind of goes over your head as it's not particular history that you're too aware of. However, Dante, you do know a little bit about particular history with this kind of person And in reference to home, you are aware of the war, or a, guess, onslaught about 50 years ago on Lobondel. In hopes to reclaim the town, did the Dust Lake family assault it, driving out what was Yuan Ti and their dying god. While Salazar may not probably be within the age range in which that event may have happened, there are not many Yuan Ti that exist today because of that particular event.
Oh. Sorry about your home. Heard there weren't much left of you guys.
He just sort of gives a shallow smile. That was before my time.
Still, trauma leaks through generations.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since it's technically recent history.
No use crying about it. It's not like it's going to change anytime
We
soon.
really don't have much time to cry about anything right now, according to Azure, and what we're dealing with.
Yes, your friend, your Leodan, the Farcloud, one of the Cardinal clansmen.
Well, we only just found out that's what it was.
He really has been keeping you in the dark, hasn't he?
Huh? Azure, yes. Absolutely.
One of his many failings.
Not very fond of being thrown into the dark and then having to react to everything blindly.
He doesn't trust people enough to be intelligent enough to make their own decisions. So he doesn't give them any information. Let things like this happen.
Yeah. Citra just kind of like grips the staff a little bit harder than usual and then lets go.
Guess it makes sense with me. It's hard to trust somebody whose face can change at any point. Can disappear.
At the same time, aren't
You're
you good at
changeling.
hiding secrets, though?
Huh?
Oh. You're good at
Why'd I do
the
that?
talking and then not talking thing.
Well, I mean, for the most part, I tell the truth. I mean, no reason to lie. I'm a criminal, after all.
A criminal, but with a good heart.
Aw, thanks, Citra.
Of course!
Oh.
Yeah, but we all kind of just don't trust Alois. I guess he doesn't trust us either.
I mean,
Thanks.
you two apparently were involved since you were young. I have no idea how I'm involved, and I just found out who my grandfather was, which was the greatest thing. So... And then this thing with Leo. Walked right into her hands.
Well, Salazar, what walked you into Alois's corner of the world?
I took up my profession young. I wasn't necessarily gifted in the magical healing arts, so I picked up more traditional methods, mixing herbs, sewing stitches, and the like.
I'm the one that went the whole magical healing route.
Goddess only gave me that ability like a couple days ago.
But speaking of which, I need to talk to you about that. Nothing bad,
Okay.
I just have questions.
Oh, no worries. Oh, so you started young, huh?
Discretion pays. In more ways than one. I doubt I would have made it very far in life if I hadn't accrued a great deal of favors from powerful people.
Oh, I know about calling in favors like that. I
Let's
mean,
just say Alois owes me one.
he fucking better.
Money?
Oh, he paid me my money. The real value is in the favors.
Favors.
My usual rate, 1,000 gold, for my services and my discretion. Or a favor that I can cash in at any time.
Ooh. Favors
Wait,
are far more
does
valuable.
does that mean that you know Eloise's skeletons?
What?
No, I'm not.
No,
I don't mean like your sister's skeletons. More like closet skeletons.
I'm not concerned with the skeletons in Alois's closet. I'm concerned with his well-being.
So I'm
At
guessing.
this point, it's in my best interest to keep him alive.
I'm guessing him being alive has something to do with the favor, then, huh?
Catch on quick. I think I'm starting to see what he sees in me.
Finally, somebody's coming around.
Dante, do you not think we don't have faith in you?
Well, I know you guys have faith in me. I just don't. Well, I mean, I mean, this guy just met me like maybe yesterday, so I don't expect him to have a lot of faith in me.
Yesterday wasn't yesterday, it was literally a few hours ago.
Yeah.
In a somewhat slight rush of wind, almost as if silently entering a room unnoticed, a Dagex enters. Things are very interesting out there.
Interesting in what way?
Well, it says, Kimmy had noted, Kal-El is definitely within the town. However, we also have another special guest with us.
Another one?
Does he know thieves can't?
Oh, he does.
Alright, and I'm gonna ask him like he's gonna say what other threats do we have now?
In Thieves' Cant, in response.
I cast Comprehend Languages.
Oh, okay. Do you do it in front of everyone, or do you do it...
Yeah.
Okay. As...
I assume they're distracted with each other's attention, so I'll just cast it.
Just
Fucker!
double check on that perception. Okay. As you do, an eye, the deep purple eyes of Dagex, strikes towards yours before moving back over to Dante. In Thieves' Cant, he responds, "It seems like one of our partygoers from the Peace Summit has made an appearance. And he is not happy."
Dante and Thieves' Cant. Is it Samael?
Nope.
Tilts his head surprised. Then who?
Grin Nosedriv. And he's the one that's sparking the orders. Which brings it to question, how and why? Listen, I don't want you getting close to him.
know. It seems
Why?
like really bad.
We don't know what's
It's-
being said.
yeah.
Sensei, why?
I think the obvious reasons is that if you try, you're going to get caught. And if you get caught, then that exposes us all.
I'm sorry, are we talking about...
Nope, still in Thieves' Camp.
Okay, just make sure.
Here, I'll give you the end quote when we're out of Thieves' Camp.
Alright.
Okay. Fine.
Teacher's gonna busy herself with her hair while this is going on. Okay.
Fine. I'll look out for more information and I will make no moves.
Just observing.
Just observing. End quote!
Alright. In the meantime, let's go ahead and start taking a look at Alois Azure and start making moves and plans. At least with whatever information I can provide at the moment. I'm sure he's got something in his back sleeve.
Can we even move without being caught?
Probably not. The fact that we managed to make it here in a small group was already lucky enough.
Alright then, let's ask Alois what the next move is.
We'll do that. You're heading out. It's your turn.
Right. Just be careful, Dante.
Don't worry, this time I'm not gonna fall off the edge of a dream.
I still can't believe you did that.
Well, you can scold me about it again later.
Just come back in one piece.
Both of you take care of yourselves.
There you go.
Salazar, it was nice meeting you, bud.
It's nice meeting you too. I pray you don't come back.
Jesus.
Sorry,
Jesus.
sorry to say your prayers won't be answered. Bye!
Alright.
He like blinks and then realizes what he says. I meant back to me for my services. That was a... Yeah.
Dante's messing with you.
Okay, Dante's gonna go outside.
Okay. So, Dante, as you head out, your passive stealth is more than plenty. As you begin to investigate the major part of the town, Virgil does manage to make his way back to you, finally. As landing on your arm, and as you can see, it's well into the afternoon, you're kind of diving around, kind of making sure you stay well within the shadows of the town. Or anything in particular you wish to try and find or investigate?
What did Virgil find anything? What did he see?
I mean, can't really tell you much being a bird.
But he's got psychic link now.
He does have a psychic link. As far as visions go, and as providing you any particular, like, visionary thoughts, it's kind of like looking down from a drone. You see that there are multiple points in which you can see where guards are becoming more heavily needed, and that is towards the blockade near the west of this town. There are plenty of burnt buildings, and there are sites in which you see Verdigant Guard pulling people out of houses, Verdigant Guard putting to death certain people, and as well as with what looks like to be one Kal-El standing next to a Grin Nosedriv. And Grin just kind of meandering and almost fervently trying to find something from any of these people. And that was about 2 hours ago.
2 hours ago. Alright. Alright, so the blockade's on the west, and all the guards are going towards that way, but Grim Nose Drift is more inside the town.
Yep.
Alright, I want to sneak around its, like, from the outskirts, but like the edge of the town to see if I can hear what's being said by either between guards or Grin if he's close enough.
Okay. I'm gonna do something real quick. Okay. So you still remain unseen. And as you try and get close to whatever guards in trying to collect this information, there are faint whispers of particularly interesting individuals. As there is one person, actually, check my names real quick. Here we go. Let's see. Currently, right now, there are several people that are in search of a Yanil. And in case that may not be of quick remembrance, you actually would know that name.
Oh.
It is one of the leading heads of one of the 5 houses of the Cliffs of Thalia. As you remember back during the time of the Peace Summit.
Ah, and then what I did in my research from when I was looking in the library.
Yeah.
The heads of the... Oh, yeah. And did, were there accompanying pictures in those books, or no?
No, but you do have a bit of a memory of what they look like. Oh, my apologies. Yanoel.
Yanuel.
Yeah. Miradok Yanoel of the Yanoel house.
Of the Yanuel house.
Yeah.
Maybe for one of them, huh? Or any other names that they were saying, or just like Yanuel?
They're looking for this person in particular, as it seems like, as the information goes, is that there was plenty of people who did live here that were of the Cliffs of Thalia. As far as you can tell, the words are very vitriolic and kind of like street spitting like, kind of considering the Thalians to be lesser than in many stages.
Okay.
But yeah, due to her efforts, as far as the guards can tell you, due to her efforts, it seems like she's managed to get a number of Thalian refugees back to the home city. However, they have stayed behind somewhere within this town in order to continue on with the efforts. However, the hunt is mad.
Ooh. So they're trying to kill refugees so they don't go back to Thalia.
Yep. Thus is the price of war.
I'm guessing that's why the blockade is on the west then, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it the east that...
The east is seemingly left unattended for a particular reason. There are plenty of people that are going down to the southeast in order to kind of keep a close eye on things. But considering that this area is severely controlled by the Thalia Cliffs, it won't be until long until Thalia responds violently.
So they're coming from the west then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then, I'm going... Shit. Dante can't replicate metal. Is there anyone that they're leaving alone? Like, from this city?
Seemingly not. Anyone that they can catch in the street right now is pretty much up for grabs.
Done. Oh, okay. Shit. And Dante can't replicate metal. He's gonna look around for Yanuel then, since she seems to be of a particular interest for these refugees.
Okay. In your efforts to continue looking around, there is a moment where you feel like you are safe until you hear a slight call coming down from an alleyway. Hey, you there!
Hell.
As with what looks like to be a Verdigant guard, sword drawn and carefully approaching. Stop! Don't move. I have a few questions to ask, and then you can leave.
Do I still have my train ticket?
You would.
Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna. Dante's gonna pull out his plane ticket. He's like, "Hey, I just came off the train. It stopped here. Didn't know all this was happening." And he like kind of waves it in front of him. Here, you can check.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion. 16.
As Verdigant guard comes up as close as he can and swipes the ticket out from your hand. Says here your stop is at Nobrick.
Yep, and that's here, no? I mean, at least that's what I thought was here.
It's kind of eyeing you. What's your profession?
Oh, my profession? I'm a card dealer.
A card dealer?
Yeah, I usually just move from town to town from whichever, gambling halls there are, and I usually just, the sleight of hand kind of way of dealing. As he pulls out his box of cards and starts doing some tricks with them.
So like a magician?
Kind of. More of a working in the favor of the house and less in the favor of the gamblers.
Ah. So you're a swindler?
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah. Hands behind your back.
Can Dante was like, wait, hold on. Is there a cow here?
A cow?
Cal. You know, the Arc Knight, buddy. Somebody I know from Wallenstein.
Leading Arc Knight, yeah. How do you know him?
Well, he's actually the one who wanted to meet up, so that's the reason why I came to Nobrick, because, for the kind of things that I do, it's best to keep it under the table, and to do it outside of the city is even better.
And why would the hell the Legatus ever tamper around with your ilk?
I don't know. We all have our secrets. I'm pretty sure you have yours too, buddy.
Make an insight check on that.
Yeah, I was gonna say. 16.
Looking him up and down and trying to find literally anything, you can kind of see he's twitching his legs a bit, like at the notion of that, like almost as if he might have something going on down there. Maybe an infection, maybe something else. Maybe it's just really hot outside.
Like you particularly. I know those leg twitches. I know those leg twitches anywhere, and let me tell you, I might know an apothecary that can help you with that little problem you're having down below.
Oh, fuck you. It looks off to the sides. Put your fucking hands behind you, and swear to God, and pulls out the shackles. And what do you do?
Okay, so how can I slip away out behind him?
I need you to make an acrobatics check.
Fuck yeah.
Let's see.
21!
Hey, there it is.
As he goes to grab you, you quickly grab one of the shackles, put it on his hand, twist him around, and then put the other shackle behind him. So now he's locked to himself, and you push him over and just start booking it down one of the directions as you hear, "Fucking get back here! Shit! Fuck! Fucking God!" And you begin to hear a few whistles in the far off as he is screaming and wailing to try and find you. I need you to make a stealth check with disadvantage.
Damn it. Dante's running down the alleyways going fuck. Okay, stealth. You better fucking give it to me, damn it. Suck it, 24.
Alrighty. As you literally start hopping wall to wall, making your way on top of one of the buildings, and you just start racing across, you can see a couple of guards are now beginning to try and find you as you're hopping building to building, like straight up Assassin's Creed, by the way, and managing to finally find one place as you manage to just climb down. You pull the cloak over your head at one point, and you manage to just hide directly into what looks like a cornered shadow as you just meld with the darkness. As you stay there silently waiting for whoever is just running by left and right. You do hear the heavy footfalls of armor as it begins to enter this town square. Coming out of what looks like to be this major building, probably the main mayoral office here. As he steps out, and you can see as he's starting to yell at some of the guards to handle with whatever situation has just aroused this town. As all of them begin to say, "Yes, look at this, yes." You can see as Cal is now standing in front of this building, kind of overlooking this main center square as you are just hiding off to the side just enough in order to see him. He hasn't taken notice of you yet.
Well, I can't confront him at the moment. Can't tell him now's a good time to talk. Is there a grin anywhere close to him?
No. But at this moment, we're going to take a soft pause on where Dante is, and we're going to move to the rest of the party. As I've pretty much gave plenty of time for Dante individually.
Yeah.
Yep. So, as the rest of you are well within the brothel and catching your breaths and getting updates from Kimmy, what are the rest of you talking about at this moment before having any personal discussions among each other or with the rest of the NPCs?
Well, since Dante isn't there, but considering that Daggett is at Azamar, she'd just want to talk to him about a bit of a notion towards that. But that's personal, so.
Yeah.
If they're with Azure, more about what we're probably going to expect from this ritual room.
You are antiquated with Azure, as he's kind of just still with Salazar, kind of making sure the normal checkups are being done.
Well, I think Citra's, a light bulb goes off in her head for a second. They're going, wait a minute. We spoke to her back in the compound. She knew everything that happened with what went down at the summit with Grin. And yet, does she have anything to do with this?
She might have.
So did we just walk right into her hands, literally?
Potentially. I'm not exactly sure what was her initial play at the start of this. I didn't particularly care for what her efforts were. I just knew that they wouldn't ever succeed.
Would Hepsil have known what she was? Citra made sure not to say the other race.
Epthemus is a consistently cautious individual. However, Fays like Agatha are very well and known for lying. Had I known it was Agatha Yeager, I would have informed Epthemus of the matter to start with. But
I don't think any of us knew. I mean, our buddy that we spun free, Ignis, said that the only reason we even got to talk to her is we handed her a ring that he had gotten from her, which is the only reason I think he wound up in that place. Oh,
Ignis
don't tell me
be...
she used it to teleport them out.
Potentially.
I feel stupid. Do you know when this ritual will take place? Or whatever it is she's doing? Because in the nightmare it was a red moon.
The time of the blood moon is frequent during this year. Or at least two.
We already had one at the summit, right?
No.
No?
No. But there is one soon. As far as my memory goes.
How soon are we talking?
You can see as he's kind of staring into his mind. A week at most.
Okay. So I guess we have a supposed timeline. I mean, she's already knows that we're gonna come after him anyway, so safe to say we're gonna walk right into whatever she has planned again.
Yeah. Any which way. Plans are made. As far as we know, we're not going to be able to head straight to the west if we don't figure out how to get through that blockade first.
Also, please don't point a gun at me again. Yes, he told me.
Then don't tell anybody exactly the particular details of my situation.
I wasn't going to. But Sav is a part of me as much as I am a part of him. And Agatha did quite a number, so switching between is probably going to be a bit more frequent.
Well, then I guess we had to solve the Agatha problem first.
Yeah. To be fair, Soph did a number on her too. Necrotic damage seems to do pretty good damage against her.
Well, and I think that conversation could be very particular to our good friend Dr. Salazar. He looks towards you, Salazar.
Feel as though I've just been a bystander in the conversation.
Oh, sorry.
Don't be sorry.
I'm kind of tunnel visioned on what I can control right now to keep myself from falling apart.
That is fair enough. Hold still.
Yeah.
Was that another needle?
You can see it's not a needle. It's very much kind of like cracking certain areas within the body, and you could also see there are some soft spots that are still on the chest.
She really did a number on you.
This wasn't her. I can assure you that.
That wasn't her? Who else was there?
Himself.
It's an old story.
Citra will lean in real close to him real quick.
Doctor? Of course he does.
Okay. So I know without saying words out loud so nothing echoes in the hall.
I suppose that's a story I can tell.
If it wasn't for the situation, maybe the dragon's pretty cool.
About 1,000 years ago was when I first awoke. I didn't know exactly what was going on. All I knew was that it was dark, it was dangerous, and I lived like the beast I was for the first 100 years. I grew up. No family, no friends, obviously. And then I started collecting things. I loved every little bit that I had. The emeralds, the gold, the average adventurer here and there. And then it was one day. I was somewhere around 900 at this point. I
Wow. Sorry.
lived my fullest on that. But for the first time, I actually met someone who actually challenged me, my intellect, my power, my everything. And then they told me the most ridiculous thing in the world. They wanted me to come to the surface, see what I haven't seen yet, take what I want to take, and possibly actually enjoy it. So, 300 years ago, I rose up from the surface, and I haven't gone back. And now, I pay the price for certain arrogance, and as well as certain desires that I wish I had fulfilled at the time. Unfortunately, I crossed the wrong person, and this was the price to pay.
Bet you're stuck like this?
Correct.
I thought you chose to appear like this to kind of walk among us.
No dragon in their right mind, especially of my kind, would ever want to persist on living as a human, but I will admit there are some benefits. I take personal enjoyment of the occasional scotch and the swells and dips of a rather lovely woman.
Don't be gross, Eloise.
I lived for over 1,000 years, you think I'd care. But this is the curse in which I live. Whilst I'm not too fond of it, I'm able to drag myself out. Hopes that I can at least end an immediate threat with this, with my original form. But I don't have that luxury often. When I knew it was Agatha Yeager, and I knew what she wanted, I tried everything to prevent that. Unfortunately, I failed.
So we tried. We really did.
It doesn't exactly sound like failure on my end.
She still took Leo.
But you're all alive, aren't you?
For now.
That was your partner's doing.
And we're doing our best to trust his decision. And honestly, as Sav, it was really hard to fight back trying to stop him, but also, in that case, we'd be taking away his own decision, which wouldn't go very well with him, seeing as he just spoke to me about that. We've all been feeling kind of like all of our decisions have been made for us.
Speaking of decisions hopefully being made for them, Doctor. Sorry to have to ask you this. Given that this lovely crew is currently down a man, I'd owe you a big favor if you managed to do something with them. Help them.
I am fond of my favors.
You're fond of your favors at the cost of going up against the Fade?
He sort of cracks a wry grin.
Well, it would be an interesting learning experience. I haven't gotten out and stretched my legs in quite some time,
Well,
actually.
it sounds like you're going to be stretching them a lot. We gotta make our way to the swamps.
Well,
This does sound like an awfully big favor I am doing you. And yours, Eloise.
it is.
I expect full recompense should the time come.
One that I know I'll be able to pay in full.
We're not that incompetent.
There's plenty of proof behind that, I can assure you.
I guess if you're going to be joining us, fair warning. With me specifically, sometimes I'm not myself and I go by the name Sav. And it can be pretty,
Curious.
blunt. And angry.
I assure you, it's...
Surely not as...
I am well equipped to deal with taking care of myself.
I guess, fair enough.
Sure as
and
hell has bells, having skeleton crews as your, skeleton crew.
Azure, there's been one thing I've been wanting to ask you. Seeing as you seem to know a lot, I'm very underwritten. Have you known that I'm able to sprout a halo and wings this whole time?
I'm old Citra.
I know. Now, anyway.
So old that I know a lot about the history of this world, and I know information that is often best kept left to history. But if I'm to ask you this question, are you sure you really want to know what I know?
I'm just asking you if you knew. But if I'm being honest, I'm really tired of people seeming to know more about me than myself. At the end of the day, I'm worried that what I don't know is going to end up hurting a lot of people.
As Dagic steps over, kind of having left this conversation, I'm curious too. I've been trying to go through a lot of the old records and trying to understand what Citra is. Every time I do, I seemingly am barred, even given my own rank.
Sob stopped me from even asking my parents. And now, given my lineage that I found out, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little scary.
So I ask you again, do you really want to know what you are?
Yeah.
And I'll start 165 years ago. The start of the Age of Calamity. The release of Tiamat. To those who know its history, during this age, there was a time in which there was an organization led by a man named Agatha. His efforts would lead to the unbinding of Tiamat on this world. And if not for the legendary 6 heroes at that time, she would have come and torn Erdseheimel asunder. Azaoth was the son, or grandson, of Pelor and Osmodius.
Oh.
It is to my assumption he is a lot like you.
Yeah, if what I know is correct, then yeah.
Over time, as records begin to tell of the story, people in very particular situations, such as the goddess of truth and song, wanting to hide that history as she was related to him. So, the monks of old, Cobalt Soul, as well as the librarians of Ioun, had made this forbidden knowledge. The knowledge of the Nephilim is to still remain unknown, what their power may be, what they could possibly do. However, it is to note, in the ritual in which broke the chains of Tiamat, his own blood was used.
Ah. Okay.
He paid the price. At the end of the ritual, Tiamat had killed him, whilst laughing at the release, at her warden's release, I suppose.
So that would probably make more sense as to why they did to me. I think if what you're saying is true, then they just wanted me to appear as normal as possible.
Citra, you've always been normal.
Doesn't feel like it, but thank you.
What isn't normal is the split in your psyche. Azoth was a whole man. He was never sick or twisted, just driven by a singular goal. Whoever Sov is to you, whatever Sov is to you, that's not normal. And why people are apprehensive towards Sov is because of its tendency for unabated violence. And the initial cause of that is probably due to trauma, stress, a split, a hand on the wheel that is not yours.
Douglas has been trying to help me with that, and that's what I meant by Agatha kind of made that really hard. That's a lot to process, but thank you for telling me.
Don't go telling anybody else.
I won't.
I'll consider this a freebie for not only your efforts, but also, Dagex, your begrudging assistance. Well, at least we have a start somewhere. At least this research should go by a lot faster.
I mean, isn't that research still barred?
Well, if we know what we're exactly looking for, perhaps we can skirt the lines.
Yeah.
To which, speaking of, my time here is a bit more limited than I initially thought.
So you're leaving us?
I have a meeting up in Sobereth. But, before I do, as he pulls out a book and he hands it to you, you still have research to do.
I will do my best. Thank you.
As far as things go, still have to wait for Dante to get back.
I hope he's not getting into trouble.
I hope so too.
I could take a look.
You
One of
wouldn't
your
get
particular skills, Doctor.
As some have gleamed in this room already, I am more than just a doctor.
And a white-lipped python will curl out from underneath my jacket and wrap around my arm.
Oh.
Oh?
And I will loose my familiar out into the streets.
Alright. With that, a python begins to
make its way out into the deep streets of Mordor. Sorry, Nobrick. As we meet back with Dante, who's currently still hiding away from the sight of a sentinel like Kal-El.
Do I remember what Yanuel looks like from the fucking
Sure, I still have
the
my notes.
symposium? What's it called? The summit.
Let me see. I still should have my notes on that. Oh, not that one. Okay. I think I still have it here. I might have lost that note.
Well, we watched them come in, no?
You did watch them come in. I wasn't exactly sure what I said about their race in particular. I know one of them is an Earth Genasi. Earth Genasi, Changeling, Elf Dwarf. I guess this is the Elven one?
The elven one?
Yeah.
Was she sort of in the same height I was?
To a certain particular, no. Elves are a little bit taller than those with more humanoid standing, and someone kind of outstatured Samael.
Okay.
Yeah. The
Okay,
biggest
can't
one being
grow.
that Earth Genasi was probably standing around 7 foot tall.
Okay. She was probably like 6 foot something, and I'm just like at 5'11".
Yeah. Perhaps you could stand on your tippy toes.
Perhaps I can.
Yeah.
But I think my best bet is probably just gonna be to acrobats my way out of here, like climbing the roofs.
Okay. I am going to need you to first make a stealth check with disadvantage, because there's obviously someone watching.
Okay. Shit. A 10.
Okay. In your attempt to try and make your way out of the shadows, having hidden long enough, in hopes that you might just be able to skirt around his vision, as you step out, you can see as the helm immediately snap eyes towards you.
Shit.
Samael.
I told you my name's Dante!
The other one.
No, I fucking noticed you anyway.
As he begins to step down the stone and still keeping an eye on you. Please. This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance. Perhaps I'll even let you live with your life. Leave with your life.
Is Dante still crawling up the building?
No. You were well
just,
on the
like,
floor.
stop?
Yeah, you basically took a step out of the shadows and immediately got caught.
Ah! Okay. Cal. You were supposed to wait in Wallenstein for me, bud.
I had orders to move to, well, here. However, I'm particularly interested as to what the local thief has to do in a burning city.
Oh, I travel from here and there. I don't know how I ended up here.
You also seem friendless.
Well, like I said, I travel here and there.
Come now. You wouldn't have abandoned that half-blood as easily as you did, now would you? I am relatively sure you also have various other allies within the city. Perhaps you might know something.
No, unfortunately, it's a solo trip.
Make a deception check.
Fucking hell, 7!
He sees through the lies. This imposing man who is very intimidating cannot bat away any of these particular mistruthens. As he manages to finally come step to step with you. Come now. What you rolling for?
Getting rid of I'm trying to get rid of all the bad juju.
Come now.
Arr.
We're both members of the homeland. You can be honest with me.
Alright, Cal. I'm gonna level with you here, bud. Why do you think Samael's a liar?
All those within the Cliffs of Thalia are nothing but liars. They talk about peace, and yet they continue to fight a war in which they know they'll lose.
So is that why you have so many of those Arknights just beating people in the streets in Thalia?
We were driven out.
Yeah, but I'm wondering why you had to be there at all.
This is my mission.
Tell me again. Tell me again, why do you think Samael's a liar? What
Almost
did
as if-
you particularly see that would make you believe he's a liar?
Those 5 houses all continue to preach peace and justice and fairness. I am merely a soldier who kept seditionists from walking away so easily. We fight this war because it is one to be won.
So you just slaughter a whole town, trying to find one person. And it's literally anyone who's walking these streets.
That bothers you?
Of
If
course
you are
it
not
doesn't.
if you are not loyal to this nation, then what even are you? You're dirt, a pig, half-blood, anything and everyone who sits here and defies the very nation that makes us mighty deserve death.
You call this mighty? Murdering children in the streets, murdering men and children who were just minding their fucking business. What honor is in that?
It is the honor of war.
This is the honor of savages.
You can see as the position begins to become less formal and more upright.
I see. So you sympathize with the Glyphs.
I sympathize with the people. Doesn't matter what nation you came from. You're just minding your own business, just trying to get by day to day. And you just fucking murder them, man. What, because I couldn't bring out somebody fast enough? Because they don't know where the fuck they are? Sorry, is there a face you're looking for? And I'm going to change into Yanuel.
See it. You can't notice emotion behind the mask. But as the shouting is going on, all of this is in very particular to trying to find my very special friend. Almost as if to shift the camera just off to the side, you see one grin Nostrif
Oh shit.
shouting in the streets. My goodness, how uncivilized. Cal, please, remain on your leash. You can see almost a grumble as he steps back further away from you. Ah, there we are. One of you. And I'm sure there are many of you. Particularly 3 others, aside from you, as I remember. So, I must ask. What was it again, your name?
Oh, my name is Does Your Shoulder Still Hurt, bitch?
Well, Mr. Does Your Shoulder Still Hurt, bitch? I have to ask. Where is Leodan? And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Fact. Wisdom saving throw.
Also, where would my familiar be at this
Just
point?
about ready to enter.
Oh, guess what that was? A nat fucking 1.
Yep. You feel heavily compelled to tell the truth to this man without a single lie escaping your lips. He wants to know exactly where Leodan is.
He's in Orihiro swamps.
There we go. See? We can remain civilized. Now,
What the fuck was that?
a particular gift. One that I've accrued over many, many years. Now I have another question for you. And please, don't skip out on the details, and try
Wait.
to avoid lying to me. It won't
Dante's
go
gonna
very
do something
well.
real quick. Dante's gonna throw his hands over his ears.
Oh. You see, as you throw your hands over your ears, you can see a snake as it begins to cross the cobblestone. I wonder if this will remain interesting. As he waves his finger around, I need you to make another wisdom saving throw.
Damn it. Is it with advantage because I put my hands over my ears?
Nope.
Damn it! 3!
Whoa, we've battened
You-
good today.
Are under the effects of dominate person at this moment. As magic leaves the fingers and it caresses around your face and it almost drives up through the eyes and nose and eventually the ears as the hands fall to the sides. Oh, yes. I love this one. You have to as well. So tell me, where are your friends?
They're in hiding.
As rats often tend to do. Well, I'm going to give you the option to help our glorious kingdom. And to me specifically. Won't this be fun? It'll be fun. Smile.
Dante just forcing the fucking smile.
Very good. Now, you are going to return to your friends. And you are going to tell them exactly this. I want to help. Grin Nosedriv is going to assist your friends. Ask me why.
Why?
Good. Because Leodan is a very, very valuable person to me. And the fact that you, who are supposed to help him, is now gone. And now you will pay the price for your incompetence. So now you get my cooperation. So you will turn around. You will walk back to your friends. And when they are ready, they can meet me in the mayor's office. You won't find him. He's already hung. Bye.
Dante just kind of turns around and kind of just entranced, like waving back and forth, walking in the direction of where he remembers the brothel.
This snake, as it has come to find Dante, begins slowly slither along. You could just barely hear out the corner of your ear. Make sure to follow the snake. And with that, as you march forward into the afternoon and back to the brothel, driven by the desire to assist, you make your way back. As you enter, the snake begins to make its way back to you, Dr. Salazar. And a returned Dante who seems almost drained of color and particular interest on the face, but almost excuse me. Thank you. Persistent horror on their face.
Dante?
Hi, guys.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm
Perception.
completely fine.
Yeah, would Citra notice this again, seeing she was up close and personal with the last time Leo got charmed?
With your passive insight, you could definitely tell something is wrong.
Well, we also know Grin's in town.
23.
Oh no, wait, we don't. Only Daggix and Dante did.
23%.
Okay.
And me.
Perception is more for like being able to view everything that is in front of you. Insight tells you details of like body language, facial language, that kind of thing.
Dante is totally fine.
No, he is not.
I'll still take
My
the 23.
Okay. then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you did roll for insight as your intention. But yeah,
I'm curious.
you could definitely tell there's something going wrong upstairs.
Dante?
Yeah, friends?
Is it just us that he's in front of? Like, just Buddha and Citra?
No, Dante's in front of everyone aside from Alois.
Hi, guys.
Uh-huh.
I've just strung up the coolest deal with the coolest lad in the coolest square.
Oh, I'm not liking where this is going. You gonna tell us who?
So, because we lost Leo, Grin Nosedrip wants to help us.
Oh god, he's under a spell.
What do we do?
Grin wants us to walk to the mayor's office. Huh?
Should I slap the shit out of him?
That didn't work last time.
I don't think there'll be a need for that. I cast Dispel Magic at 4th level.
Okay. As you do, the spell that had claimed Dante breaks.
Thank you.
And Dante, you feel relieved, almost as if something that had held you, almost like puppet strings around your head and body, fade.
Citra immediately grabs him by the shoulders. Please don't tell me you got caught by Grin. And he now knows everything.
I got caught by Grin, and Grin knows everything.
She just, like, rests her forehead on his chest, like, Dante.
Well, everything's going well.
Everyone needs to get out of here now.
Where are we gonna go? This place is covered in those guards. Buddha and I stand out like sore thumbs.
Well, this is not the way I saw my evening ending.
I mean, we could grab a couple of cloaks and to disguise ourselves.
Hold on a second. He wants to help?
From his words, he says he wants to help because we were so dumb from losing Leo, and Leo is very important to him. I don't know if he sees him as a pet, but I fucking hate him even more now.
He just wants us to get him to Leo so he can take Leo.
He wants Leo.
Yeah.
Why is everyone trying to take Leo?
I don't know, but he's very popular.
Yeah, very important for some reason.
I wish I could be popular.
You need to work on your social cues first.
Brom folds his arms and leans his neck in disappointment, like a child.
Bruh, you're my favorite. Shut up.
Thanks, Dante. You're all my favorite too.
Alright, but we need to find a new hiding place for these people.
These
could have followed us. Well, everyone who's hiding here!
Did you tell him where we were?
I didn't tell him where we were, but he could have damn well followed me here.
That's true. We should probably tell Azure then. And Kimmy.
As he makes...
I mean, you're all right here. We're all right
Well,
here.
no, Azure's not with us right now.
Well, Azure is making his way up to the top of the stairs. You can see he's holding a wooden cane with the coat draped over it, and Kimmy kind of like slowly bringing him up. I can hear you from all the way down there.
Well, at least I don't have to repeat it. What do we do?
We're not getting through that barricade.
Oh, please don't tell me you're telling us to go work with Green.
Wait, how thick is that barricade?
There's a lot of people there.
We're not getting through it.
Is it just people?
Mostly just people.
Dante, I don't like that laugh of yours sometimes.
He's gonna reach into his pouch and he's gonna pull out this arrowhead.
No, I know what that is, no.
Listen.
How many people can I take out with this?
We're not murder hobos.
Hold on.
No! Embrace the motto, murder hobo! Embrace it!
Buddha? No.
Let's not murder hobo just yet. But luckily, we do have the doctor with us. Whenever the case that I need to take a step forward.
And the doctor can just use his necromancy bullshit to create a skeleton army for us. It'll be perfect.
We really need to work on your wording.
I think you are vastly overestimating your sway over me, Mr.
Come on,
Well,
man.
we know
I
your
know.
price.
Come on, man. Don't you want to create a skeleton army one of these days?
Well, we know your price. 1,000 gold or a favor.
A favor going to be paid in full on my end. Anyways, we have a chance to possibly understand what motives are going on here.
You mean with Grim?
That's exactly. And second off, whilst he does seemingly have control over the city,
Again.
we might be able to find some way to negotiate him to back off.
How do we stop him from just putting us under his control?
You leave that to me. I may not have what I usually do, but that doesn't mean I'm negligent of what skills I can perform.
I don't like any of this.
Come on, Steve. You just need to learn how to have fun.
I am one of the most wanted and well-known criminals in all throughout this world. If there is anyone that might be able to persuade a man such as Grinnosdriv, possibly I can perform the duty.
You're not
Besides,
just gonna hand yourself over to him or something, are you?
Oh, heavens no.
Oh, okay.
That'd be too easy. We'll accept his invite for now. And if he tries to perform any weird antics, Doctor, I imagine you have certain counters for that.
Well, I hope so.
He just gives a small grin.
Very well. As he pulls his weapon out, you can see as he begins to load each bullet into his arm and he places it back. And we are to face him.
Joy.
Figure out what he wants. And if things get touchy, well, we'll just start bum rushing our way to the west.
Oh boy.
Alright.
We don't have any other options, Citra.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't mean I'm gonna like it.
Nobody ever does.
No.
Very well.
As you can see, he pulls out a small vial from under the jacket, and he just...
Are you gonna be okay doing all this?
Yeah.
Okay.
And as all of you take a step out, almost immediately, as you take a step out of the brothel, you are surrounded by various Verdiant guardsmen.
Oh look, they found us.
Precautionary measures, I'm sure.
Yep.
As one of the guards step forward. We are to lead this group of individuals straight to the mayoral office. Please step lightly.
Lead the way.
As all of you turn pace and make your way across the city for entering this massive building at the center of the town square. Accompanied not too far off as all of you climb to the top of the building. As the room opens, there is a singular table with what looks like to be this open balcony that leads out to the rest of the city. And there sitting is one Kal-El at one end of the table. A Grinnosdriv sitting at the other end.
Oh,
Perfect. At least somebody can actually start following orders. And look at this. As all of you begin to enter and you see Alois Asher step in, and a well-known criminal running with the rats. I should have possibly known this, but
Straight
here
to
I
the
wasn't.
insults.
Oh, please. I had no reason to persist in my insults, but unfortunately, all of you have given me more than enough reasons. Now, please, all of you, sit.
Dante's just gonna go over and sit.
Citra will be beside Dante, because at least if I have to, I can give you guidance.
I also have guidance.
Oh, you did? Cool.
Oh,
My skeletons, who are now wearing like sheets over their heads, pull out a chair for me, and I sit down.
Why can't I have skeletons pull out chairs for me?
You're not a wizard, but
Maybe I should become one.
all that anger.
Triple classing.
Whew. Well, so this is the best the Adamantine Bastion has to offer. A group of rabble and a criminal. And a spy.
I'm sorry, what?
Dagix is also here. He often remains very silent in most conversations, but in this scenario, he
Always watching, Wazowski.
always watches. So, you all got my very particular message. Good. I'd like for all of you to understand that I want you to agree to some points of negotiation while we are here.
What points of negotiation?
Well, the first and foremost that I would like all of you to comprehend is that I need Leodan. Leodan is mine.
Get a room, you two.
It's not that particular kinds of relationship, but anyways. I am here to offer you all the opportunity of a lifetime. Hell, I might even draft something up for even you, Mr. Alois Asham. In this negotiation, I am offering you all clemency.
Oh, how very kind.
I'm not exactly sure how you could. You're not the Arheir.
So, this is a little fun to note to all of you, but who do you think managed to arrange everything that happened at the summit? Surely wasn't my constituent.
Are you telling me the Arheir planned that whole massacre?
No, I did. I planned by finally getting the Arheir to agree to the peace summit. So
Getting
that
them to
way, my
agree, or-
friend can get back what was stolen from him.
Got them to agree. Or just charmed them.
You see, everyone assumes the Arheir is in control, but whoever controls the Arheir is in control.
Ah, yes.
And that's me.
Fine, you're granting us clemency. You're head of art here. What next?
I want all of you to agree to this formal clemency. I will relieve you all of your crimes. Even Leodan, I promise. Swear Aziz. In fact, I'll even have it in writing. In fact, I do have it in writing. As he reaches under his cloak and he pulls out what looks like to be 4 scrolls. Each one has your name on it. I will offer each one of you to be free of your crimes and bonus, you all get to play your parts in assisting me.
Why you want Leo so bad?
Well, it's quite simple. We want the staff of the White Queen.
Excuse me, sorry. Staff of the White Queen.
Yeah.
Correct.
What does Leo have to do with Staff of the White Queen?
Well, it seems like somebody may have beat me to the punch on this one, so I will give you a slight note. I know just as much as you think I do. Leodan has access to the actual temple of the ritual grounds. I need his blood. I need to access it to get to the Staff of the White Queen. It's really simple.
You're planning to use his... You're not planning to kill him in front of us too, are you?
No, I just need a vial of his blood. I wanted him to go there. I actually wanted to help him reconnect with his clan. But I had important things to do too. I wanted the staff. He had access to it. It was a give and take. Unfortunately, he decided to misbehave.
I don't know, guys. Usually, if someone asks a person giving them blood, it's usually a bad thing.
Yes, well, whoever has him now is going to take more than just his blood, I'm sure of it.
You're not gonna like who it is either.
Quite honestly, I don't care. I want Leodan back. That's
So do
all
we.
I want. Well, you can't have him.
Well, that's not even for us to say. That's his decision.
Decisions. You humans and realm walkers with your decisions. Always thinking about yourselves.
I was literally just saying it's his decision, not for myself.
You know, people often think that they have decisions. I genuinely don't care.
Yeah, I've got the gist that you're not the nicest person on the planet.
I'm plenty nice.
No, you're not.
Is
Cal,
my
I'm
hand...
nice, aren't I? And as Cal kind of shakes his head up and down. See?
Oh,
Is
that
my,
ex-
is my tattoo doing anything?
It is open. You can feel as if it crawls to watch.
Nice. Nice.
As he stands up, listen. This is the offer of a lifetime. You can all stop being criminals, you can all stop being on the run, and you can all stop working for the ever so wasteful Adamantine Bastion and actually do something worthwhile. And then I will give you exactly what it is you also desire. As he begins to walk and step around. I love this nation. I truly do. I have done so much to help around here. I have led entire armies. I have even tried to stop those filthy seditionists some 25 years ago. And while it's understandably to my failure, there was a surmountable amount of success with it, with the ending of the head of the Ishkari. Unfortunately, I missed a spot as he steps over and he looks down towards Dagex. Like missing certain other spots. Almost as if the hand is crawling up towards his neck. Surely, all of us would be much happier if we just take the deal, right?
Shitra would just be looking to Aloise in this case.
Dante's gonna look at Salazar, actually.
Salazar's looking like side to side uncomfortably, like he like wasn't
now
involved
he's
in
like,
any of this until
Oh
very
no,
recently.
this got complicated.
You in deep, man.
Did I get a contract
No,
too?
you're not even. You're not even one who has committed crimes here. You're actually
An innocent free man.
Yeah, you got caught up in this very quickly due to your association to Eloise.
He's just sort of like got like a flat-lipped expression, just like looking from side to side.
So, what is it going to be? I would recommend nothing. As I'm sure many of my allies here would agree. Certainly, if you know me, you know I'm capable of hurting you more than you would probably expect.
How close is Salazar sitting to Dante?
I mean, he's sitting at the table. I imagine we wouldn't be terribly far apart.
Alright, I'm going to put my hand across the table, or beside the table, wherever the fuck you are, and I'm gonna write a note on my hand that says, if you can uncharm the Arc Knight, do it now.
Pulling away from Dagex, taking a step over to Eloise. A world-renowned criminal who sits here in front of one of the most powerfulest men in this nation, and you think you can negotiate with me? I'm sure I can. Because I have something that you don't. What might that be? I have information.
Teacher's actually slightly smiling just a little bit, watching someone else get manipulated by Eloise this time around.
As Grin begins to step away, Alois Azure, ever the opportunist. However, how can I be assured of your subtleties with this information? How can I be sure that this is not already known and traded information? What assurances do you have then, as if to grab one of these forks off the table and then point it straight near the throat of Dagex? And in an instant, how do you know I would not kill this man? As he begins to reach down the arm of Dagex and pull something out, almost as if being held under is a small, what looks like to be glowing stone set with what looks like to be this talking form. How do I know if trade secrets have not already been traded? And smacks it out of his hand several times before it's across the table. Who is coming to all your aids? The Adamantine Bastion? Or me? Alright, let's waste my time. As he raises the fork and he jams it into the side of the neck.
Oh my lord.
Oh, God.
As you can see his Dagex trying not to flinch. Surely somebody will take this deal. I am sure of it. As he almost dragging him up by the by the fork and
Citra's
stepping him
gonna
over near the balcony.
Citra stands immediately. Fine!
Yeah.
See?
Dante, he's just kind of like clutching his pearls, looking at.
Is it Sav or Citra then?
Volcano Las Dos.
Is it both?
As you can see as Dagex looking back at you, don't.
We're not losing someone else again.
It's part of the job. Oh yes, definitely part of the job. Look at you, so brave! As he's staring back at Citra and then looking back at Dagex. Oh. As he pulls him closer towards across, almost to move him towards the table. Tell me, little blue one, is this something you like? Do you fancy this one? Do you enjoy him? Do you like his presence?
Why does people keep asking me this shit?
It's a simple question. As he pulls out the fork and then he stabs it into the chest.
Yes, I do. Let him go.
Oh, this is adorable.
If Sav is partially there, one eye is probably now orange.
Could I just briefly glance over at Alois and gauge his
You
expression?
can see there is a level of deadliness. The moment he intends to jump, he will.
I look down at Dante's arm, look over at the Arknight, look at Alois.
Last chance, people. As he drags him closer towards the balcony. I have one of you. I only need two more. Do you want my cooperation, or do you want, as he begins to almost lean Dagex over the balcony, this person to become nothing more than a cobblestone stain?
Oh, Citra's ready to just go and switch forms and grab him if he does.
Dante has a knife in his hand and it's concealed.
Guys.
Hmm.
She's looking at Dante and Ura. He means us.
Well?
Guys, it's literally up to you this one.
Oh, it's up to us. Alright. You're not gonna like what I'm up to.
Did you say that out loud? to Grin?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm saying that to the truth because I'm getting counsel on what my move should be. I already passed the message to Salazar.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So, counsel?
Look over at the Arknight.
Alright.
Ura?
What's my role on sneak
I look
attack?
at Grin.
So we're doing it? We're punching him? We're attacking him?
What's my role on sneak?
I need to know.
We're doing this? We're doing this? We're doing
You all-
this? Yes?
You all gonna make the jump?
I just want to punch the shit out of him.
This bitch has caused so much problem for us.
I
kinda
want
just want
to.
him dead at this point, and I
I
already
want to
have, like,
throw a haymaker on him. No, haymaker. Haymaker time.
You all.
Haymaker time.
Alright.
We're all gonna beat his ass.
We're gonna beat you to death.
As he gets no solid answer from any of
Is
you.
no one answering?
Or
What?
he does not get a solid answer from any of you on whether or not you will be taking his offer.
Well, Citra did.
Yeah.
Okay.
As he looks towards you, Citra. Looks like somebody got outvoted.
That
He pushes Dagex
Citra's
off.
gonna launch immediately.
All right. And with that, as you...
She's jumping off to go grab him.
All right. As you jump towards Dagex, Alois gets up and he pulls out the gun. You, Dante, prepare a sneak attack. Salazar, you throw a dispel magic onto the Arknight.
Citra's gonna switch forms in mid-jump to go grab Dagex.
Yeah. And Bora, you draw your blade.
No.
Or
Punch.
you also jump over the table as there is this immediate lunge towards everything in a single moment, this short 6 seconds as they go to pass. That. So we're gonna go ahead and end tonight's game.
No!
Yay. Starting with the haymaker.
Yep. Alrighty.
it's another 3rd level down.
Sorry, Salazar, I needed your help.
So. Whew.
Why does everyone keep asking Citra who she fucking likes?
I think he was more implied to like, do you like him as your friend? Do
No,
you
I know,
prefer
but it
him
just
alive?
between Buddha and now this, it's just like why?
Yep.
Why?
Why? Why?
Anyways, that being said, holy shit. I've been waiting for a while to pull this one out of me hat, and woo boy.
Is the void gonna get what it wants?
Gonna get what you want. So that being said, that's where we're wrapping up game tonight, guys.
Sorry, I'm gonna start off by saying I have no announcements. I have to dip. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Well then, that being said, I know we went over time a bit today because we're running late. First off, do some quick announcements, then we're going to head on off. For me, thank you all for joining us on our guest 3rd episode here for D6 on the brand new Twitch channel. Thank you all so very much. Next up, I have written the Dark Knight episode, or the Dark Knight video, which I'll be getting into contact with Blue about that with art and stuff for later, but also maybe some other particular conversations for a little bit later for other stuff. And also, I have officially started the audio editing production of How to Be an Adventurer, and that's about it for me. Blue, how you now?
Why do I keep losing my friends? I'm doing well. Hi, it's Blue Kazanate on Twitter. Don't have much going on. I busted my butt all week to make sure that this channel comes up and alive, and I'm so happy for it. Other than that, besides doing artwork for you, my commissions are fairly open, but I'm actually getting inquiries lately, so that might close off. So if you're interested, send me a PM.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Connor.
Hi, I'm Distortion Devil. I'm playing Salazar the Yuan T Wizard. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube.com/Distortion Devil. I stream Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Yeah, be sure to check out my DM's Guild, where I am releasing 5th edition subclasses, including the Treasure Hunter Conclave for the Ranger, which I am currently working on.
And last but not least, my good friend Daito.
Yo, this is Daito, the Half-Orc Samurai Bro. I'll be streaming TMT Shredder's Revenge Monday, Fortnite Wednesday, and then more work on Panthers TV on Saturday. And that's it for me.
Alrighty. Well then, all matters settled. Looking forward to next week.
It'll be fun. I gotta finish that piece, which I'm almost done.
Yeah.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Alrighty. That said, thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you all for coming by. Thank you all for hanging out with us. And hopefully, you stay safe. We love you. And as always, see you next Sunday.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night, everyone. Bye.
Bye bye.
All right, later.